Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new around here. Today you're going to be watching the defensive MVP from the most recent major, the fall major, and that is KV1 of Team Secret. And he had a really good showing, his whole team had a really good showing actually, at the most recent major, back at the end of last year, and well, that's a great start, a double tap off the backboard for KV1. Really good start from him there. But yeah, KV1 actually had the defensive MVP given to him, which I think was totally fair, 100% fair. He was absolutely brilliant, an absolute rock at the back for Team Secret, but he does have some very good offensive skills as well, as we know, and that's 2 goals already for KV1 in this game. Second goal into the open net there, and we know he's a very, very good ones player as well. That's where we sort of probably first heard of KV1 in the 1v1 scene. And I just wanted to show you the scoreboard there because KV1 is actually in fact on 144 ping in this lobby. And this is, I believe, well yeah, it's definitely a North American server. I don't know, I assume it's East because that's quite a high ping. So yeah, he's actually got a hat-trick inside a minute as well with that ping. He's making it look very comfortable at the moment. And this is a very high rated lobby as well. I believe it's a mixture of SSL and high Grand Champ 3, and the next lobby, the next replay I'll show will be just a full SSL lobby with some big names. So stick around if you want to watch that. A minute has passed in this game, and as I was saying earlier, KV1 got the defensive MVP award at the most recent major, and that's because yeah, he was an absolute rock at the back for Team Secret. But as I was about to get onto, the whole team for Team Secret really performed. They really did perform, especially Sad. I thought Sad was really good as well. I actually did do a top 25 players list of the full major, and I believe I had Sad just above KV1. I was really impressed with Sad, but KV1 did get the MVP award for the defensive MVP award, I should say. I know I've said that about a million times already, and yeah, he thoroughly deserved it. He definitely got his team out of a lot of trouble a lot of the time. I say a lot of the time, Team Secret, they weren't sort of progressing through the tournament through just pure defense and getting away with, you know, dangerous plays from the opposition team. They were really good all around. They really were a good unit all around, and I'm excited to see them again in the next major. But we are on board with KV1 in this particular game, just KV1, not his team. So we're going to be watching the rest of this, and we are going to do some casting here. KV1 does actually get demoed there, and I think that's probably the one way you can really stop this guy. That is going to be a shot on target for the blue team and their first goal of this game. But yeah, that is going to be one way that you stop KV1, is by just removing him from the field, because not only is he really, really good at the back, goal line defense, and just challenging the ball in general, he's very fast as well, a really, really quick player, deceivingly quick. And I think he picks up a lot of that, or a lot of those abilities that he has or has honed from 1v1. That's where we first sort of all saw him. At least that's where I first heard of him, was in 1v1 show matches, probably on Johnny Boy's channel, I'd imagine. I can't remember exactly where, but that's where I would have first heard him, and I think that's where a lot of people would have first heard him, and that's where he's really made a name for himself in the one scene. But now, obviously, he's progressed on to the 3v3 scene, and RLCS in particular, and getting a top 4 with Team Secret was extremely impressive. He was on the club last season, moved to Team Secret, and at their first major they did get top 4. So yeah, really impressive stuff. And again, as I said earlier, excited to see what they can do in the future. Was it just a one-off? Well, with the way they played the full major, I don't think it should be a one-off. They can replicate that the way they played at the first major. There's no reason why they can't keep having strong finishes. They all had their role to play on that team. Every player had a role to play, and they all played it very well. And the man you're on board with now played his role extremely well, deserving of the MVP award that he did get, and bailing his team out quite a few times right at the back, right at the last second. A good pass there from the teammate of KV1, but KV1 not diving in for it, seeing that it was going to get saved pretty comfortably, and KV1 getting tackled there. A minute remaining in this game, and it's looking pretty comfortable for KV1 and his teammate. They have gotten each other's way a couple times, but it hasn't really resulted in a goal that they have conceded at all. I mean, they've only conceded 1 goal in this game, and they've just been pretty solid all round. KV1 especially, looking like he's not really having to try too hard, honestly, throughout this lobby. Nice fake there in his own half. It does end up with a shot from the second man on the blue team, but it's saved quite comfortably. It's not a dangerous shot. And now KV1's teammate is looking to push forward. And KV1 does get a shot off. It's kind of a pinch shot off the ground. Doesn't really go anywhere. It's an easy save. 25 seconds remaining in this game. And KV1 maybe looking to get his fourth goal in this game. He does go out with the ball. Lands a reset. He's going to try and dunk it, but not quite getting the 50 that he wanted there. It is saved away from the blue team, but it's looking like it's going to be a win for KV1 and his teammate in this game. Looking like a pretty comfortable one as well. KV1 again just taking the ball away from his teammate there. He has done that a couple of times, but he knows if he stays on the ball here and stays in front of it, he's going to waste plenty of time. And that's exactly what he's done, and that is going to be the win in this game. And the fourth goal as well. A good setup from KV1 and a good follow from his teammate. Good plays all round in that game. KV1 finishing with 939 points in that game. 3 goals, 1 assist right at the end there. 4 saves and 6 shots on 144 ping as well, by the way. Very impressive stuff. There is another replay and the lobby is a little bit more stacked, so let's go over and watch that now. Okay, replay number 2. KV1 on the same team as Appjack. They're not teamed, they're not partied up. But I can only assume that KV1 and apparently Jack in this lobby probably means that it's a very high rated lobby. So the other 2 players, I have heard of their names before, but not quite familiar with exactly how high up in SSL they are, but I assume they're pretty high, right? They would not be in a lobby like this if they wasn't, unless the queue times are really long, but it's unlikely because this is 2v2 and the queue times aren't usually that bad, I don't believe, for 2s. At least if everybody's on at the same time. Comfortable, easy first goal for KV1 there. A comfortable aerial, a comfortable double off the backboard. He's making that look really easy, and you're probably thinking, well, why'd this guy get the defensive MVP when he offensively is like that? He can do it all, basically. Appjack not getting the save there, but KV1, yeah, he can pretty much do it all. He's a very good disruptive player, but I don't mean ball chasey. He can be ball chasey, but that doesn't mean that it's in a bad way. You know, he's very smart with it. He knows when to stick around, stick on the play, chase the ball and help his teammates out, and I think that's why he was so effective on in the last major for Team Secret. He was that disruptor and he allowed his teammates to push forward and make the plays. But I say that he was a disruptor, yes he was, but also obviously bailing his team out quite a few times in defense as well. And you know, he can pretty much just do it all. He's doing the dirty work basically, and that's someone you want on your team. Good air dribble from KV1. And he does try and set up Appjack there. Not quite. Apparently Jack does get a bump, but he actually helps the blue team there with that bump, who end up getting a solid 50 on the ball, not allowing KV1 to push up. But KV1's just going to watch here for the play to unfold. Looking to move in now. Decides not to. He does fake it. Fakes out the opponent who does misses the ball. And now KV1, easy pass to apparently Jack. Straightforward, didn't even jump, just drove into the ball, bounced it off the wall. Apparently Jack is there to sweep up the mess with the second goal for the orange team and his first goal of the game. 3 minutes and 23 left of this game. 2-1 to KV1 and apparently Jack, and looking like the more comfortable team at the moment. And well, I just said that and there's a goal for the blue team, despite the score being 2-2 now. I was just about to say, despite them only being a goal ahead, but now it's all square. KV1 and apparently Jack have conceded a couple goals in this game, but I don't see why. I mean, they're tripping over each other a little bit now. Maybe I'm praising them too much because they keep driving into each other. Stop driving into each other. I'm trying to praise you. Every time I do, they trip over each other. 3 minutes left in this game. Solid shot from apparently Jack. KV1 looking to follow up here. And he does get a solid hit, but apparently Jack does go all the way back to pick up some boost. KV1's going to do the same now. Does regroup. Jack with a decent 50. He's going to go up for this. And KV1 maybe just trying to find a way through at the moment. He's just trying to get used to being on apparently Jack's team here, because they are looking to do the same thing. KV1 over the first defender, and I believe the second one is demoed, but he does respawn in time. Jack again close to the play there. KV1 wanting to take the ball though. And apparently Jack and KV1 maybe just not on the same wavelength too much at the moment, but not looking too bad overall. Not a great play from Jack there. It does, well, it's a decent 50, I guess. He keeps the ball in the play. KV1 follows up with a strong 50 of his own. Decides to back away this time though, and is going to pick up the corner boost. And he's going to have to make a save here because apparently Jack is at an awkward angle. Jack does take the ball. KV1 I think wanted it. Jack's going to take over, and now he's going to look for an edge rule bump. The ball isn't on target, but it does get the bump on the goal line, and KV1 with the easy follow-up into the open net there. probably down to apparently Jack's plays there with the easy edge will bump goal and the easy open net for KV1. 2-3 in this game to the orange team, and despite them being on top, I would say for the majority of the game, the scoreboard is still, or the score line I should say, is still pretty close. And KV1 probably not settling into this game as well as he did the first game, but this is a much higher ranked lobby, and he is still playing very well, don't get me wrong. I just think him and Jack probably going for the ball at the same time quite a lot, and maybe isn't helping themselves, but hey, who cares? It's just a ranked game, and they are winning. A minute and 20 left in this game. KV1 are going to go for the ball. Jack again also wanting to go for the ball. Definitely not on the same page, but they're not in comms as well, remember. So can't hold it to him too much. Jack now taking the boost that KV1 wanted. And apparently Jack making a good defensive save, or recovering pretty well just to get a touch, just to stop the opposition. But that is an open net momentarily, but blue team can't get themselves around the ball in time. KV1 does get demoed, but Jack is going to take over possession here and allow KV1 to respawn and get some boost. Apparently Jack's just going to go all the way actually. But where's the defense? I don't know. But Jack goes all the way, scores the 4th goal for the orange team, and that is going to be a forfeit out of the blue team. I just want to rewatch this at the end here because I don't know what happened to the blue team. They just sort of disappeared. Yeah, I mean, there's no one there. We don't have to rewatch it again. Good plays though from the orange team for KV1 and apparently Jack, both getting 2 goals each. Very similar score. KV1 getting 542 in this game, and I've only just realised he was on 176 ping. That is ridiculous that he's playing on that at this level. Unbelievable from KV1, to be honest, to perform like that on 176 ping. I can assure you now what we just watched isn't what KV1 saw. I mean, the ball would have been pinging all over the place. You know, it wouldn't have been smooth. None of the gameplay would have been smooth at all. He basically would have been like half a second behind everybody all the time, maybe more with that ping. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, impressive stuff from KV1. 4-2 in this game, and the final replay of this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, do consider leaving a like. I would really appreciate it if you could do that. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel as well. I would really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll speak to you all very soon.